Donkey Kong Bananza is really something special. This feels familiar and brand new all in one. And this video is just going to be my first impressions. I will be doing a full review on Donkey Kong Bananza, but I have not completed it yet, so I didn't want to give it a full review without completing the game. So here are my first impressions. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. You're watching Nomad Games. I'm Sep the Nomad, and we are going to be talking about what I think is one of the most magical games that has come out in a while, especially for the Nintendo Switch 2, because there's only been like one real Nintendo Switch 2 game. Before we jump in, guys, like this video if you like it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's jump in. No particular order on these, mostly positive things to say, but some negatives in there as well. So first and foremost, the gameplay loop. The mechanics, well, I was gonna say combat, but the combat's actually a little bit lackluster. However, the rest of the game's mechanics are insane. Like, just smashing stuff in the world is so fun. There's always gold in every little crevice. You might find a chest often enough to feel like maybe just smashing that thing over there will get me a treasure chest where I can find another banana from that treasure chest. It never feels empty. My biggest worry about the game, which I've said in other videos, has been this concept in my mind where there was going to be nothing to do, there was going to be no direction, there's going to be no real progression. It's just going to plop you in these, otherwise pretty worlds and just smash stuff, which that is there. However, there is direction and there is progression, and you do have control of it, and you can smash as much as you want to, even though the worlds reset when you leave them and come back. And you can not smash that much, or you can smash everything. It's totally up to you. And whether you decide to, you're going to be rewarded for smashing stuff. Like I mentioned, treasure chests, fossils, you'll find the fossils. Sometimes treasure chests will not only have maps to bananas, but they'll also have items in them, like the apple juice or like a balloon or something if you fall off the ledge. So the gameplay loop, I just wanted to state how absolutely, like, almost taken aback I am in a positive way for how good it is. I've been excited for the game. I can't put it down. Anyways, moving on. Visuals are lovely. I think that their efforts for creating a game where you can destroy most everything you can see, besides like the bedrock or the base or like certain metals that are like the structure of the level, mixed with the polish of the worlds, the color palettes, the variety of the biomes. There's snowy, there's deserty, there's, yellowish grass, there's a bluish grass type of one. There's some I haven't even seen yet. It's all very pleasant to the eye. The only time it's not is in certain, like in the tutorial mission, there was some things where it's like, I just think I don't even know if they're using global illumination techniques or ray tracing, or probably not ray tracing, but you know what I mean. Whatever technique they're using for lighting was a little bit overblown. The HDR wasn't quite looking that great on the Switch 2 screen. Besides those little hiccups, which are very minor little hiccups, the visuals are stunning. Donkey Kong himself looks fantastic. The fur on him looks great. Pauline looks great. The big old, all the enemies do as well. Like, as far as like character design, I like the character design. You still get like the crocodile characters from the other Donkey Kong games, but it's different. They're almost like sad versions of themselves encased in these different world materials that are perfectly suitable for Donkey Kong to just smash through. You get the elders, which are pretty cool. So the visuals, the character design, everything, absolutely just can't get enough of it. I can't stop looking at this game, and I can't stop playing it. Now onto a negative one here. There are some performance issues. In cutscenes, I've noticed there are some frame dips in the map, which I think the map is a really cool feature. I really like the fact that you can... Oh, hold on, Joe just called me. Oh, what's up, dog? By the way, you're on camera. I'm recording my Donkey Kong first impressions.
Oh, let's go! I was gonna tell you, I played like 3 more hours of it, and I think I'm in world like 300 or 400. I gotta double check, and I'm having an absolute blast.
Good, yeah, me too. I was literally just moving on to a negative portion of my video, but I've been pretty much just glazing the gameplay loop and the visuals.
Oh yeah, look. His negative, honestly, was price. He was like, I still find it to be extremely pricey.
That's a good point. Like, I'll say that right here in the video while you're on the recording. I do think one of the negatives of the game is the fact that it's $70, and it still kind of just feels like we're getting about as much as we got with Mario Odyssey, which was not $70.
Okay, one more positive, then I'll go.
All right.
This game does skill points better than almost any game I've ever played. I love what they implemented. I found out there's 400 bananas. So I mean, there's no excuse to not have a billion skill points by the time the game's done. But
Yeah.
you don't need it, though. The skill points are extremely up to you.
Okay, that was my best friend calling, who I've referenced in the videos. He had a lot of similar positives to me because he literally just called me to talk about Donkey Kong. Back to the performance issues. So the map is awesome that they have this like 3D map. It just zooms out and shows you the entirety of the sublayer, and you can just scooch around it, but it's like 15 to 20 frames per second. So it's a little rough to look at. I pretty much just use it to, like, when I find a treasure chest with a treasure map on it, I just use it to pull open the map, ping the thing, and like set the pin, and then go there. And then the other performance issue I've noticed is in really heavy gameplay. There are some instances where the game is like, how much gold do you want? And the answer is yes. And like, you just smash. And there's so much gold flying everywhere, which is such a satisfying animation, but it does get a little bit marred by performance issues. But other than that, the game has been running smooth enough for me to not mind too much. And that's coming from someone who, like, performance is very important to. It's never been, at least in my experience, this is anecdotal, it's never been to the point where I have felt like I am really missing out or I'm really having a bad experience because of the performance. It's usually just a little hiccup, just a quick hiccup, and then it's back to running at a smooth 60, and the animations are great. The other thing, the soundtrack, the music is fire in this game. It's a Donkey Kong game. Music and Donkey Kong are synonymous. It's just like one of those things that you kind of expect. I think Arlo was saying that the music isn't going to be as good as like Donkey Kong Country music or something like that. And I do tend to agree that it's not like the best Donkey Kong music I've ever heard, but it is good, and you can collect tracks from older games for your like little lounge, which is sweet. Okay, variety of environments. This is something that I am just a huge proponent of in video games. I absolutely love when there are multiple biomes, and this, and just like Mario Odyssey, it's the Odyssey team, is just simply, you know, variety of biomes of the game. It's just, you get so much. I'm on a snow level right now. There's a jungle level, there's a desert level, you know, the grassy levels. It's just very, very happy about this. Another negative here, the camera's a little bit wonky. I've noticed that in certain situations, especially if you're like up against the bedrock, and when I say bedrock, I just mean like the part of the level that you like, no matter what skill you're using, if you're using the Bananza mode or what, you cannot break it. It's the structure of the level. When you're in a corner, sometimes it's a little wonky, sometimes even just in deep down dirt that you can destroy, it gets a little wonky. So I don't know if there's a fix for that or what they could have done differently, but I do hope to see some sort of camera tweak. I don't know if they're going to patch this game though, so who knows? I'm not counting on that. I will say Pauline adds to the game. Since she speaks, she has speaking dialogue, and I think that adds. I think it feels a little bit more like a fully produced game that there's voice acting in it. That's not everyone's opinion about games. Like, some people can fully go without voice acting and still feels fully produced. That's just a me thing. I like voice acting. I like audio in general. So it's good to hear like Pauline actually has speaking dialogue. And there's like a whole other language in this game too. that is not a real language. So leveling up feels satisfying. And what I'll say here is part of the phone call that I'm not going to put on the recording from Jojo just because we tend to ramble on. I will make it concise here. Leveling up feels satisfying. You don't have to do it, but you can. If you want better sonar or better punches or some entirely new abilities, you can get that, which I think is really cool. Otherwise, if you want more of a challenge and you just want to just dig for everything and you don't care about having a better punch or being able to see if there's anything there to dig for with the sonar, you can do that. It makes it accessible. You can play the game how you want to. You're not really punished for not leveling up. However, you are rewarded for leveling up, which I think is a good way to go about it. Exploring is worth it, and it's fun. It's not just tedious exploration. You are never not utilizing the most fun part of the game, which is figuring out how to carve through an environment, how to smash it. Are you going to be smashing down? Are you going to be smashing up? Are you going to be swinging a rock? No matter what you do, it's satisfying. And then when you discover something, which does happen often enough to feel rewarding, but still a little rare, it's exciting. So I think they really nailed the exploration of the game. You can just beeline the story. I don't know why you'd want to do that, because like the mechanics of the game do encourage you to go out and explore, but you don't have to spend so many hours destroying every last square meter of the world. It's very well done, in my opinion. It's weirder than I expected, which is something that I am entirely okay with. Donkey Kong games are weird. Nintendo games in general are weird. This one is just like, all you have to do is throw up your hands and say, sure. Okay, and then start smashing stuff and enjoy. And last little thing I want to talk about here is the customization is pretty cool. So I think that the only negative about it is I'm like 3 sublayers deep, or maybe I think I'm 4 sublayers deep now, and I still haven't like seen new clothes. Like everything that's been in the shop has been there the whole time, and I've purchased most of it. So I'm assuming you're gonna get more stuff. I'm on a snowy level right now, so I'm assuming you're gonna be getting like wintry type of clothes. I'm pretty sure I even saw that in a trailer or one of the tree houses or something. However, it is cool. It's cool that you get a little bit of bonuses for swimming if you use the swimming breeches, or if you have the tie, you get a 20% increase of this or that. It's pretty nice. I do enjoy it. I haven't gotten around too much to playing DK Artist. DK Artist looks pretty fun, but I don't know that's something I'm going to be spending too much time on. That seems more like something to me where if I have someone over and we just want to do something engaging a little bit, that's also not like it requires all your attention, you know, pop on DK Artist and create a work of art, I guess. DK Artist seems okay. But yeah, I am overall really enjoying this experience so far. I don't want to gas it up too much, because I feel like if you gas something up too much and the honeymoon phase wears off, then you feel a little silly. So I don't want to do that, but I can honestly say that I'm very much enjoying this game. I am not going to give you a recommendation just yet, because again, this isn't the full review and I haven't finished the game. I don't think there's going to be anything story or lore wise that's going to have me coming back and be like, do not play Donkey Kong Bananza. You'll never believe what they did with these void characters we've never seen before. So I don't think there's going to be anything that's really going to hurt the game for me from this point on. I think it's just going to continue to feel like you're learning and exploring and discovering new things. But yeah, I still don't want to give a recommendation just yet, because this is just a first impression. So I would love to hear what you guys think in the comment section down below. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Johnny.